Sambula vinaka kausa kinda Vakekeli nandua talena nanda programu baru takina Vakekeli na Radio Fiji 1 na ndo mweviti na yakavi ni singa moni tini kua bagana nanda be bagandi taki na moni madhawa kina madhawa sandromu na kena mai tomani na nona itavi na supervisor for elections na vanua enda mai adhaba toka kina na moni ti sandromu kila ni mai dhaba na Vakekeli na singa moni tu ya libu nangiri ki tau sanga ni somarau ambalata na e paka tau taitinga mai na ngauna enda dhaga tiko kina ia anda wala kabaka lebu ni rawa ni rau mai andambe tiko na e kabini kua Mr. Muhammad Sanim na supervisor of elections ke na director operations maramanita ano sa ini sieni muli sa Bula
Vinaka and good afternoon to all the listeners.
Na wale besar ni Bula Vinaka maramanita?
Ni Bula Vinaka teranganita kira wambula talitik ngai ni vera na warorong tik mai na perkara menaka ni singini kua.
Vinaka boleh Mr. Sanim, can we start off this afternoon by can you please explain what a writ is and what happens after the writ is issued?
Thank you very much. I think this is our first talkback show after the official events of this morning. So if someone hasn't tuned in till now, the President of the Republic of Fiji has issued the writ for the general election, which is an instruction to the Electoral Commission for them to conduct the 2018 general election. And the election date is the 14th of November this year.
Na boleh bu Mr. Sanim maramanita yang rindu kini bukan jauh?
Vinaka wale bu teranganita nakan sabah madal tangan supervisor of election o yang balat na writ o yang na bakarot tambaki ni bendong tinggi ka solian naturangan na presiden di verto na Electoral Commission merto sana bakaro yan nakan garabin na bending tinggi na tin kabani singan yon November and bakongo.
No, well, sir. Mr. Sanim, what should voters do now and can they still register?
Yes, today is the last day of registration. It closes at 6 o'clock. So if someone is listening in right now, you have until 6 o'clock to update your details or to register if you haven't done so till today. If you have turned 18 today, you are eligible to register as a voter.
No, well, sir.
Naka na singa ni kwa talanga sa na uti ni singa ni walayada. Na songo tigo na walayada na nakalok na kabnikua. Bebe kanda na leo ni vono sembar tigo ni ko walayada ke kusamba kitin kawala na singa ni kwa era ni ko ngolea ni mole walayada. Wakatalanga ke na ke baka ni bebe sotaka na ni vote details ara talanga ni bador na singa ni kwa.
Na wale bu maramanita Mr. Sanim, can you please explain on the nominations of candidates?
Yes, nomination of candidates starts tomorrow. This is the process where political parties will give us the names of people who will contest the elections under the banner of that political party. And we will then register the candidates by looking at the requirements. So that starts from tomorrow at 8 a.m.
And when will the candidates' ball draw take place?
So the candidates' ball draw will take place either on the 16th, 17th or 18th of this month.
No boleh bumaramanita yang rindu kini bukan jawab ira nawe kandair warong tikumai.
Naka yang balatangan nomination ni candidate ni mataka sanan dola tikina naka ni mata bakturi beir na leni parlamenti aya beir na via mata tuba kai koya na independence beir na ngol mai vana sang pa politik ya ma berto na political party lem sanga bolkan dua na dambe en bakturi tikana parlamenti ngo.
No boleh besar maramanita. Mr. Sanim, what is the significance of having the national candidates ball draw?
So, in an election, like ours, we'll have about 250 to 300 candidates. The ball draw will be used to determine the numbers for each of the candidates, so that the voter can then go and mark on the number of the candidate in the ballot paper. So that is what happens after the appeals and objections decisions. The voter will be, the candidate ball draw will be done to determine the numbers that the candidates have.
No boleh enaron into kini bukan dia maramanita bira barong chumai?
Na kaya nakan pakadurti ko na national candidates ball draw Ongona kena draw taki na namba veir na mater na vakaturi na vending dingingo ketore dete ko na via ronan draw se mai na ronan draw kena tol na draw 50 na wili ni mater na vakaturi ongona kena ndendre kena me na draw taki na namba na bang tako na mater na tungo na ngole tikane na singa ni vending dingi.
Na wale usar maramana itani ka kuning wala daba nam do bata chikoma yan ekavi ni Vakekeli ni kua kia baka o nangandrea pa mo nangiri mai yan rawa o kito kere tiko mena ka kota linga indo na wang madala wang balabu na kina lega chiko na ngau na sara wani ona taro nga mai na kina ngandri na iba madala mai wana supervisor of elections ka nonda hulang itiko na ekavi ni kua well Mr. Sanim how can the voters find the candidate's number on their preferred candidate?
So once the candidate poll draw is done, the Fijian Elections Office will publish the national candidates list, which has the number, name, and photo of the candidate, as widely as we can. We plan to distribute the voter instruction booklets to all the islands before the election starts there, and to all over the country. So that's where you can find the number of your candidate. When you come to vote, at the entrance of the polling station, the queue controller will give you a copy of the voter instruction booklet, and this is the book you can take, find the number of your candidate on this book, and then mark the number on that ballot paper.
Bila wale usar na isa mo tikampengan ni iba ko madala maramanita?
Nakaturangan nita yan kan sana ba na candidates draw kita sana seletika na national candidates list ya na tigo kina na yada na itamba patike na namba ni ve mater na vakaturi kita na seletal tingaya ni na vote instructions booklet na VIB o ya na ve selekiti ko na ve vano ni vending dingi na ve vano ni vending dingi ko ya sana toka kedi kin na madala ka kirsa pa madala ta kongo
Bila wale usar maramanita na Mr. Sanim now that candidates know their number, we anticipate campaigns on the same. Can you briefly tell us what candidates can and cannot do in their campaigning?
So campaign this is the official period. The official campaign period has started from today. There are some requirements that candidates must satisfy in the official campaign period. First and foremost, they must not engage in racial discrimination or religious vilification in the campaign. They must not violate the rights of other people while conducting campaign. They must ensure that they at all times respect the community in which they are campaigning. And what they can do, they can campaign as widely as they wish to. They can use various forms of media, social media, newspaper media as well, to propagate their message. There is no restrictions on those. There are some technical requirements that they just need to comply with.
Bila wale usar maramanita?
Naka mebaka sa pamalatal tigno supervisor elections nuvida nga naka membaleta na campaign periods na ngunang guasar na tikbubuno yan ikina nave mata bakaturi sa nave sang pa politiki o yan na kani matain nisingira meron bitayane so naka menave bakadadani so na bosar na bangtak be bakadadani o yan membaleta na bakamasat kuno ko yan na racial na religious Patalangaki na nandun ni vitamatean duas na violation of rights. Kombek nga yar na garo na ir na matabakaturi na ngonango ko patakay chik na official campaign period.
Binawale po marama naita. Mr. Sanim, when does ballot paper printing commence?
Ballot paper printing will commence 20 days after the writ is issued. We will be keeping the media and the public updated on the exact start of the ballot paper printing. Can I just go back to the earlier question regarding campaign? The whole country is one constituency. The whole country is one constituency. So if you are a voter, you can actually choose to vote for somebody who's not even in your area. It doesn't have to be that you only vote for somebody who's from your area. For example, you may prefer the policies of somebody who is living in Lotoka as a candidate, but you are from Lambasa. So you don't have to vote according to any lines like provincial lines or district lines. That's not required. You can actually vote for the person in Lotoka. So in terms of campaign, voters should know that the whole country is one constituency, and they can choose any candidate from the whole list of candidates. They can vote for that person. It doesn't have to be someone from, basically, as I said, your province or your division or your district. You can choose anybody from anywhere.
Naka meuna vamadalta kramanden dua kona ballot paper printing mavakana nominita reliu aya narosanga vulna singa mai na singa nikua kita sana tambah ketukina na ballot paper ya kita una nangetuku na tiku mai na tigni singa dina kita sana printake na ballot paper mekero lesu vatalaman mekasa vamadalta kana supervisor election aya na campaign vamadalta tiko ko membaleta na constituency me vakana vending-dingi yani liu manaronondol kawan tamsaka yani mendakela na vending-dingi apa itu rupa constituency ya naronondol tin kaba enduang na constituency me vakanga sabarta ko tioko ke vakao chiko melo toka erawe como mata mo dingia endombeka chiko melambasa ke vakando chiko subar nending takando chiko melo toka esinga ni mitukunia me vaka ikuti kumeloto karanga nending takan do tik meloto ka senga ngo endonga na constituency esolu tunanga lala veir na lendu bano merending tako dinga ravending tak
no bale usar mana mani tabi ke mani nanda unding takana Vakekeli na nduma anda nondo demo lale maniti kona nonda Vakekeli na Radio Fiji 1 na ndo moiviti na kavi ndenda yo bambota ni lewe sasangiri tikuma yona biba kana numita umanda tikwani ni alvinaka mena vagalelita kina no muriti oka me kakuni na leustol tikuma na rongo na buku nonda vitala no bimbi kanda ndo wata kina na kabini ko kena nonda bulangi Mr. Muhammad Zanim na supervisor of elections na nonda banua apakata ngaki na ito mo tikuma nila ko may bi amaramanita ano sa inisini moli na director operations man bali bola ni avin dingin en dolo chiko weekend na telefoni ka rawa ni ona tarro mai en kabinende obama masu chiko me mo na bagita binga mai na mo bako tamai na mo tarro me ko tali ninga ile bunai ba madal ke rawa ni sangiri nga mai tarronga saranga ka o ngandreba mona tarronga. Mr. Zanim, what are the stages of ballot papers printing?
So, in terms of printing the ballot paper, once we know how many candidates will be contesting in the election, we will prepare this the design of the ballot paper, and then we will take it to the printer. The printer will have its own processes regarding the production, and then they will start first run, and they will give us a draft. Once the draft is approved, then they will go into full-scale production.
So how many will be printed for this year's election?
At the moment, based on the numbers from 17th of September, we're estimating over 780,000 ballot papers.
Nawali bumara manita, eronan dono kare buganda?
Naka nangon kita sana teko kita tambah kaini kina na ballot paper evi teko naka kita na vado review ayana kena na kita na finalize ta kailiu erna wili ni candidates erna mata vakaturi ocha sanange kita ole rakabani na neto design ocha sanange koya ni na printing company kome sanange tambahkan na ballot papers ngo mevaka na sonitar sa tarang titurang neta evita kita na tambah ketiga na vending dingingo may natin kabitu ni September based nga may na figures na 17th of September kita na ready chuko ni na via tambah kitiko bitunan raw wala sang bulnon dolo kadala
bila bali busarra na iban dia non itutu kuna nonda bulangi en kabini kuwa en dono kan to kan mon telefoni sa gando bila bali busarra ma wato kan imbula binak
imbula bina rita
imbula sa kan no militar
iya bina bali bina supervisor so Vakekeli o vettaro ngatinga ala kakani singa gorni katini ka bani bula mengoi
nekatini bani bula mengoi yep
iyo nataro ngago wata bake baka la ko mendo na tangilamba anda na taro
bila bali busar ana namuni taro ena ngai soli chiko nanga la buan nanda bulangi men somo chiko weekend.
Yeah. First of all, yes, the election is on 14th of November. We will be keeping a close eye on weather pattern, and if the weather is not conducive to an election, the Electoral Commission has powers under the Constitution as well as the Electoral Act to make necessary deferments. But at this point in time, let's pray for good weather and have a good election.
Wale buana namuni isonitaro maramanita?
Naka iyo kita sa pandai taktu nongo na sing ding ya natin kawani November. Membalatan na may pagkasabartak man na mewakanda na nadangilamba. Iyo kita sa na netutubo kita sa retu kan pamatua na tambananggori. Sa tuktulang anak ko berto na Electoral Commission. Kaya karto rin na merto na rin to sa nasing ding ya. Semet patakay chik na deferment ya.
Bina wale usar ndo tele no kan to kana mon tele bunya sar ndo bina wale buno wa to kan gona Vakekeli nimbula binak.
Nimbula. Mr. Smith, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Actually, what's the population for the Fiji group? So those who you are expecting for the voters to cast in this election. Now, what actually is Fiji's population at present?
634,120 voters.
Thank you very much, Mr. Smith.
Bina wale buana namuni isaunitaro baka mostol chiko bike muni na angiriti ko mai. Kero na bagalili to kana namuni ritio mina kakuni na kauteli stol chiko mina rongo. Na buku nonda bitalo nondo no kando to kana mon telefoni sar ndo bina bale mangir mai. Gona Vakekeli nimbula binak. Nimbula.
Nunggu tarongango evita sarambek na patir sa bandi tagireti ko nirsa sotava na requirement mana tambanangur mere pasisi che mera ding tak mere vakaturi na pidingo embangango na wali
bulan girma imba
8 political parties.
Maramanita?
Walu tiga na political party sa register chik na ngonongo.
Bina wale usar ndo tele na wekanda to kana mon telefoni sar ndo bina wale bulan girma ngole na wekando ya yani ka koni ngole daba ngona Vakekeli ndo tele na wekanda to kana mon telefoni sar ndo na wale usar na girma na Vakekeli nimbula binak.
Iya, ndong bulo binaka na tiko me bolo alis.
Nimbula.
Mana baka tatarungo. Tika bun akatin ka wani November. Nakana binding sing ni baka lengana buli era banga teke sono kori buli me baka verikina na binding dingi. Pada kini karua aron tuku ngame wala politika na pachi da ba era baka tabiki na kim berongo da sina pachi sa era baka doni mera baka itat. Mera ko sa rada baka da ruka mine binakat. Bira baka leo.
Vadang bina wale usar na ngiriti ko mai na yakabi ni komisa sonim.
14th of November is a public holiday. So we will be using the schools on the public holiday. It is been gazetted today.
Naka may pagkasaba malaltag na supervisor of election na tin kawani November yan na public holiday sa gazette talangan na singanikua.
Bina wale usar na isaunitaro ndo tele na wekanda to kana mon telefoni sar ndo bina wale buna kena ding tagina Vakekeli nimbula binak. Bina wale usar na taro chiko mai na yakabi ni kuwa misa sonim.
You can call 1500.
Nakaroon ng tangan na nambayan 2577.
Bina wale usar ndo tele na wekanda to kana mon telefoni sar ndo ni sambula binaka nimbula.
Iya, dong sabu lah mereka toma.
Na monitor mai tao.
Ayo. Di maksudnya na sangamu.
Na wale usar sana tindo mandana nonda dengu legalek. Usar na kena ding ding weekend na Vakekeli na ekabi sing monitor ko na Radio Fiji 1 na ndo mo ibiti be kemni na sangang giriti ko mai au kerea me bakani andalili bendanga na ngandre pa mendana pa itabi tawlok kerawa ni na solinga mai na taro men amusle bina iba madala meron ni na taro ngamai aso mai na nanda pulang ina beka ni ngandre pa monikila na meroni ka kuni ko bukan bala bunai bang madala nimber nengela kimbasi ka mai na taro ka kiretelanga ke baro ni bagalele na nomuni retio me ka kuni na lisuma na rongo ka aku tani na ikana kanandi na itiko en buku ni nonda serapa na Vakekeli ndo na wekande toka en mun telefoni serando bina bale bana girma ini bola binak.
Good afternoon. My question to the supervisor of election. Good afternoon, Mr. Semim.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, also good afternoon to colleague Anai.
Nyambul Vinaka.
Okay, my question is, can you please briefly discuss the election timeline? Step if you will undertake in leading up to the polling day, 14th of November. I just want to know the steps. I think the steps have already been known. First is the Prime Minister has announced the election date. Second step is the President of the Republic of Fiji, Alice, has announced the writ of election. And third step, you have already mentioned, the tomorrow. What are the other steps that if you will undertake leading up to the polling day, that is the 14th of November? I just want the steps. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think this is a very good question. Date is 1/10/18 today. Writ has been issued. Voter registration is going to close at 6 p.m. Political party registration has closed following the issuance of the writ. So from 2:10 to 15:10, that's when the nominations will take place. On 15:10, nomination closes at midday. On the night of 15:10, the Fijian Elections Office will publish the first list of approved candidates. 16:10, by midday, if somebody has been approved as a candidate, they can withdraw their nomination. By 4 p.m. that day, if someone has an appeal or an objection to a candidate that has been approved by the supervisor of elections, they can file it with the Electoral Commission. The Electoral Commission then has 3 days. So from 16, they have 17, 18, and 19/10 for the Electoral Commission to decide on the appeals or objections. On the 19/10 at 3 o'clock, the Electoral Commission by then will have made the decision, or 4 o'clock actually. That evening at 7 p.m., the Fijian Elections Office can run the first candidate's ball draw. But if the Electoral Commission makes a decision on 17/10, then the Fijian Elections Office will run the ball draw on 18/10, or as in when the Electoral Commission finishes making its decision, we will run the ball draw. The applications for postal voting has started today. It's opened today. It will close 23 days after the writ is issued. So let's take it to 24 October, which is the last day. 6 p.m. is the last time for the receipt of postal vote applications. Once the postal vote applications close, then the Fijian Elections Office will also, from the 24th of October, we will start sending out postal vote packages to those who applied earlier. So for postal voters, the earlier you apply, the earlier we'll be able to send across your postal votes. Then after postal vote closes, we will start to finalize the voters list. By the 27th of the month, 27th of October, the voters list should be ready. Yes. Anna is the Director of Operations. She's just confirmed that, 27th of October. Once the voters list is ready, then we go into the next stage, which is pre-polling. Pre-polling starts on 35 days after the writ is issued. In this case, pre-polling will start from the 5th of November. 5th of November, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There is a public holiday in the middle. We are trying to get the confirmation from the Electoral Commission on that regard. But from the 5th to the 10th of November is pre-polling. 11, 12, then the 12th of November, 7:30 a.m. in the morning, the media blackout on campaign starts. That means political parties cannot propagate or conduct campaign on the media, social media, etc., for the general election. And then on 14th of November at 7:30 a.m., the voting starts on election day. But the same day at 6 o'clock, postal vote must return to us. So if you receive a postal vote, you have to send it back to us by 6 o'clock that day. At 6 o'clock, the voting for the 2018 general election will close, and the counting will start at every single polling station where election voting was taking place. So it will start at the same polling station. It will continue until it is finished, and that is the final count. There is no second count. That is the final count. The results that from the counting at the polling station is final, and then it will be transmitted to us by phone. We will advise everybody of the lump sum results on election night, and then from the next day onwards, we will enter the final results on the system. We expect to be able to return the writ to the president by within 4 to 7 days. That is the entire election in a nutshell.
Na wale usar Mrs. Nim marama nita ndena yang menendora kini bukan jawa.
Naka me bakasaban madalta ko cho Mr. Sanime. Mana singa nikua oyana kan sasoli na read for the elections ya navakaro tambaki mai bana turanga na presidente. Na singa talanga nikua sana songo kina na bola ada sana voter registration na ono na kaloko sa songo talanga kina orta na political party registration. Ya na singa nikua ma na singa ni mataka oya $100 kina na candidates nomination se awir na vakatura indua se awir na vakaturi $100 chiko ya mani mataka me adaba na tin kalimini singa ni okotoba ya na singa sana songo kina songo tiko ya na tin karua akaloko na singa lewo 12 o'clock noon na tin kalimini singa ni okotoba otia na singa tarava na tin kawono sa solitiko kina veira mera withdraw oya ko era na matara vakaturi aya na tin karua talanga na koloko singa bata talanga ya na bana koloko sa solitiko kina veira na via object sebe appeal berta na electoral commission aya na bana koloko ana tin kaona ni singa ni okotoba tin kadio ni singa ya sana ba dortiko kina na national candidates ball draw na vit na koloko na kavi ia keba kai singa ni don objection and appeal na rani tosta tale me muri na ball draw ya mana tin kadio ran ba na tin kawalu tin kavitu na rosanga bulkabani singa ni okotoba ya sana songo tikina na postal voting application kwa $100 tiko nikua oya na postal voting application na songo tika na 5 na kaloko mana
6 o'clock. Yeah, 6 o'clock.
Mana ona na kaloko. Na voter list ya sana tambaki tiko mana ka rosanga bulka vitu ni okotoba ya sana tambaki tiko kina na voter list ya sember ni tiko weni kina na pre-poll voting oya mana kalim ni November na pre-poll voting na vidi tu kani mana kalima ya ni kina kachini ni singa ni November otia san tin karu ni singa oya na media blackout mana campaign ya rasa tambui kina na ve ya sango ni politiki seber na political party mer na campaign mana tin kawani singa ni November sanda kila tingo ya na singa ni vending dingi tekabuti ko na vending dingi na matakalelai na vi mamani vitu na matakalelai ya ni na ono na kavi ni na songo na ono sana tekuweni kina ya na kana willy na vote sana willy na vai dorite ko na ve polling station me bakasa ba madalta coach na supervisor of election o ya sana na final na willy singa tali ne vai dorite tali mendo tali ni willy otia ya mana ve polling station kita sa rede tiko ni na ve dorite ko va se vitu na singa na dorite ko na neto na pasukata lo ya na results ni election.
Bila kabali usar maramanita kemudian tahun ding tagana Vakekeli eran do mandan onda de mulgalek. Maramaniti kon nonda Vakekeli and Radio Fiji 1 nando mo viti na kavi Nikua ka nonda bulang itiko kina na Supervisor of Elections Mr. Muhammad Sanim kina itomati ko ibali bola na Director Operation na bali bola ni vending ansay ni Sinimulio marama naita. Ya da sana tawan talchiko nonda abitan londo na kanda tokan mon telefoni serandua ngole na we kando ya hina bali busar na sasangan giri chiko mai and Mr. Zanim, you mentioned about application of postal voting.
Yes.
What do postal voters need to be mindful of, and who can apply for postal voting?
So anybody who cannot come to the polling station on 14th of November this year because they have work commitments or they will not be at the place where they're registered, they can apply for postal voting. If you are also due to sickness, disability, or any other particular reason that you would like, you can state that, and we will consider it, and you can apply for a postal vote. Postal vote application forms are available on our website or from any of our offices. You can download it and you can apply for a postal vote. And in Fiji, EMS will deliver your postal packets to you. Overseas, DHL.
Maramanita ina nga menandura kiri bukan
Naka veir na vending dingi tiko kap karasing na ra yava mai na sing ni vending dingi na ve bono ni vending dingi sarati ko ni na vavara na postal voting ya kap katalanga so era tebe mate rasing ra mer na ngwala ni na ve bono ni vending dingi saroya mer na plata katalanga ya na postal voting ibiti ertona pakko titika nortona EMS o ya na postal ballot ina viva notani ngo ver mena overseas artona na kampani sana artona pakko titika ya na DHL.
No, wala usar na ibangan daw ni nona itukutuk no Supervisor for Elections. Mr. Sanim, how many pre-poll locations are confirmed for this year's general election?
We have 582 pre-poll locations around the country.
And why there is a need for pre-polling?
So if you look at a map of Fiji, you will see that our country has lots of small islands. These islands are separated by sea, obviously, and the access to these islands is through ships. We don't have airstrips on all these islands, and it is sometimes if the weather is not good, it can become very difficult to get onto these islands and get back in time. So it may become difficult for us to run election on election day in these places. If we cannot get there in the morning or the day before, then they will not be able to vote. So we go there 1 week before, we conduct pre-polling there, which is a full election, and then we bring back the ballot papers and store it for counting. This is to make sure that the people living in these remote locations have the ability and the access to vote, and at the same time are not deprived because of weather reasons or broke down ship reasons and other things. So we just want to make sure that they have already voted at least a week before the election, and that if we couldn't get to a place, we can still make arrangements to go there. So that is the reason why there is pre-polling. This is mainly for places that are difficult for us to reach.
Nakaturang netam kasapa madalta ko Mr. Sanim kita sarede tigo nilim lan rawal sang vulkarua na vanua era na vending dingi to mande chuko elius ya era na pre-poll voting go batam bagin do ve era na vanua na ve yanu bakataranga ke na ve esana vanua vitelebu vanua lebu ko andre akina na ve tase aki ya na vanua kita sa navnab tukina mer na vending dingi eliu yang batu kaitu ko ya na pre-poll voting mena kalim ni singa ni November.
Bina wali besar. Mambo tunin dono kan dato kana mon telefoni serangan dua. Bina wali unang girma ngona Vakekeli nimbula binak.
Yeah, thank you. My second question to the supervisor for election, Mr. Sanim. Mr. Sanim, can you please elaborate again on the names of the political parties? You mentioned there are 8 political parties that will be contesting to this year's general election. Can you please mention the names of these 8 political parties? Thank you, Lambasa.
Thank you. Fiji First, Social Democratic Liberal Party, National Federation Party, Fiji Labour Party, People's Democratic Party, Freedom Alliance, Unity Party, and Hope. That's the 8 parties. Just before you go to the next caller, we'd like to make a clarification. The postal vote applications close at 5 p.m. on the 21 days after the election. So 5 p.m., not 6 p.m.
Pinawali usar na sangir may lambasa and kavi nikwa. I heard you mention about campaign blackout. Why is there what is campaign blackout and why is it necessary?
So campaign blackout on it's media blackout on campaign. This is when political parties and their representatives are not allowed to campaign, and this is to stop the people from being bombarded with campaign messages and give them time to actually make up their mind. It is a cooling off period so that a voter can sit down and make their own assessment as to who they wish to vote for, free from all these persuasive campaign messages. So it's sort of like a cooling off period for the voter so that they can sit down and in a cool mind think what policies they like and who they wish to vote for.
Pinawali usar Mr. Sanim, peke minanda unding itakan Vakekeli nando mandana nanda deng ulalek. Maniti ko na nonda Vakekeli na kene ingimangimo ti kombega ni wasi nonda baitana noa na kavi na Mr. Zanim, and what happens to those who fail to comply with the campaign blackout?
There are severe penalties for failure to comply with campaign blackout. It ranges from fines to imprisonment as well.
Mara manita?
Naka ayame vakasapamdal tactico Mr. Sanime na campaign blackout. Ya nango na soliti ko veir na lenivanua me nangalala merna ranira bakasama taka kina non ding ye campaign blackout ya sena ya veir na media blackout veir na singi comply sati ko ya na bekara na totongi na fine sena rani babu na saraya na komasa pamadal tako Mr. Sanime.
Pinawali bento na kan teto kana mon teleponin sanandu pinawali usar nang kini kene ding takina Vakekeli nimbula benak.
Hello.
Nimbula.
Mirtu na walu na patia. Rari ba madala tsala tsara ngori. Lawa muro chuko.
Ni musa tiau na kango dingai tabuleta na me baga malua. Ko tata nitiko na rorong na ando no muniriti o keronga ni na baga lai. Ni sambula ke ni nimbula benak.
Nimbula.
Oh ya.
Na Vakekeli.
Iya, na Vakekeli.
Iyo, dona taro. Que baka ainda via sangata into tu, dona mata tu. Azava ainda na takava. E dava tolga iso na crowd ni non tabi sanga. Sama tas bela mutaro.
Ni toro to mandar militar.
Claro, na objection period quando sultungore.
Oh ya.
If we object to one of the candidates, how do we do it? And what are the grounds for objections?
Pinawali usar, pinawali unatar.
Thank you. If you'd like to object to the approval for a candidate, you can download the objections form from the website, the Fijian Elections Office website. You can fill it out. The grounds for objection are basically that the person does not meet the requirements stipulated by the Electoral Act and the Constitution. That is the ground for objection, and you have to give evidence in support of your objection. I'll give you an example. Every person who is a candidate must be a registered voter. So if you want to, and if someone is nominated and has been approved, and you have evidence that this person is not a registered voter, then you can file your objection, and with that you have to give evidence as to how you state that this person is not a registered voter. So that is the basic requirement.
Binawale Maramanita?
Naka mevakasa vartak chiko Mr. Sanime, isa chiko ya na objection grounds o ya na salmurie tiko nga na lawa ko tiko na electrolet seva na constitution kepka indua via objecta ka indona mata sa chiko na form rani download tek mai na neto website na FEO website mevaka nga indua na kabarta ka ya Mr. Sanime ya kepka indua via objecta ka manda indua sianga ni leni bonotik sisenga nindo se volayada saiti kona ya na grounds rani objectina na kene ba madala sa chiko ya neto website
Binawale usar ndo tala na wekanda toka na mon telefoni ya saranga dongo na Vakekeli. Nimbula benak. Nimbula.
Nagulumara Mr. Sami.
Mula bina.
Mga namataro. Ni sili mo hindi mo public holiday ko. Tibar ko naman tu sila orto tabali hindi merto ba ko tamat marili hindi bet ni sili pa kading rangi. Doon ba kami sulibira kaya pag nilawin namin baka nagtama na double time na pala na kasi naman din tu. Ni sili pa kading ringa. Sa kanila mala.
Nakawale usar na bata taro chumai na ekabi nikua and then warakan nonda bulang men tobole men soma weekend. Mr. Sanim?
Thank you. Yes, the 14th of November is a public holiday. It is not compulsory to vote. So if you don't go and vote, there is no fine. But I would urge everybody to go and vote. All Fijians must vote. Every 4 years, you get the opportunity to vote for your representative to Parliament. So please go out in numbers and vote. As for double time for workers, depends on your work agreements. If you are engaged specifically for working on that day at a particular rate, then that is the rate that will be paid to you. That applies to all polling officials. But of course, if you are not working in such an environment, always consult your HR team who will tell you whether you qualify or not. If you have doubts, you can always consult a lawyer. I cannot tell you on the radio directly as to who is entitled, who is not. Sorry about that.
Maramanita?
Naka membalatin sa pamadalta ko Mr. Sani mo ya na public holiday tiko nagtin kawani November ya na singini vending dingi singini basura rata kendua me vending dingi singini compulsory talanga membalati ranga kor na daka tiguna singini vending dingi ngombalati ni public holiday kita sa basala chukngaya ni anaka maninange dikaba bateke na betambana ni HR mbeka nanom ni vebano ni daka
Binawale usar na ingi mati mga ningi rin na dingo mani sambula kaya mani nimbola benak.
Yarita.
Namunitar.
Watar to kanili walu na lebu pati. Rani ba madal tara turang wari bidar to saba ka mawraw ko.
Binawale usar binawale un bata taro chumai and then lay babuan na nonda bulangi mena soma weekend na taro en ekabinikwa.
In terms of parties, there are 8 political parties. There are a lot of speculations around coalitions, but we are not privy to any legal documents around a coalition.
Maramanita?
Naktarang neta me kita na via kambra kambangani singini tu kita ndan ko kome kita ba madaltaka membaletir no visang sanga politik ko sar tu kuntig nirva mawe sena coalition of political parties.
Binawale usar binawale bunda ai tu ni be mandita ki en ekabi ni ko be ke muni na ndo botu mo bota ni ngi ngani tarro mai nan del te pelini bengravi be wana nonda bulangi. What is your advice to voters going forward?
Today is the last day for voter registration. If you are tuning in right now and you have members in your family or your friends that are eligible to register and have not registered, as a Fijian, persuade them to go and register. They can register and choose not to vote, but if they don't register and want to vote, they will regret it. We should all work together. This is a national interest exercise. It should be an apolitical exercise. Everybody should choose to register, update your details. If you have moved your address, today is the last day to update your details with us. And if you don't update your details with us, we will not be able to allocate you to the right polling venue. So my advice to voters, if you have registered, check your details, text your number to 1500. If you have not registered, choose to register, do it today before 6 p.m. so that you can be eligible to vote in the 2018 general election happening on 14th of November.
Pina wale usar Mrs. ni mura manita yana nga mun ndo man ngani bagan jawa ni ber ni mai da babi kenan ndo wasingon gok.
Naka neta ndo mangana kakito binakata mikito bamatatakan verna leni vanoa oya kapakaksembar ni volayada niko na wechi ni singa solitiko na ranya mo volayada kina ona nakalokombongi niko sana sango kina na voter registration mongole kina kapaksembar ni volayada kapkata nga sabe sau na vanoa tiko kina na no me va tiko ke sabe sau abinaka talanga monongoleani monle bisotaka oya menarau kina mona le vending na vanoa ndonu yana singini vending na tin kawani November sa tiko talanga oya na neto SMS text platform oya na 2577-1500 text takani kina na nomu namba ni nomu vota namba kwa sa tiko pana nomu vota card text takani kina mena mona kilana vanoa dava osambi utikina mona le vending kina.
Pina wale usar maramanitar sana veke ana nonda Vakekeli na yakabiniku kanda bina tale bandua wana nonda bulangi Mr. Muhammad Zanim na supervisor of elections kay maram naita director operations man nonda bali bola ni vending ana sa ini moli ena non romita mani kenda Vakekeli ena yakabindai.